Have you ever, found yourself looking in the mirror, maybe after a really long day, and you just hear this little voice inside sort of whispering, I know I can do better. I know I can be more.
That sounds familiar.
Right. It's this universal thing, I think, that feeling we all get. It's not really about being perfect, is it? It's more about becoming just a little better each day. Progress.
Exactly. Not chasing some impossible ideal.
Yeah. And that's what we're diving into today. Personal growth, self-mastery. We've gathered some really insightful stuff, articles, research, wisdom that boils it all down to 10, powerful, practical ways to improve yourself.
Okay.
And these aren't just ideas floating around. They're meant to be actionable, things you can actually do. So our mission today is to unpack these 10 ways, hopefully giving you the tools to, grow consistently and feel more in control.
And what's really interesting there, is how self-improvement often gets framed as this huge, overwhelming quest, like you said, this ideal self that always feels just out of reach.
Totally. It can feel daunting.
Yeah. But looking at it the way you described as a continuous journey, that makes it feel much more grounded, more doable. It's a daily thing, unlocking your potential step by step. And the sources we looked at, they really emphasize this. They present it as a structured path, but a flexible one. They give you these specific levers you can pull.
Actionable levers, yeah.
Exactly. Actionable levers for change. And when you pull them consistently day in, day out, they start to add up. They can genuinely transform your daily reality. It's about consciously building a better you, not just dreaming about it.
I really like that framing, actionable levers. Because, before you can pull any levers, you kind of need to know where you're starting from, don't you?
Absolutely fundamental.
Which brings us straight to the first point, the foundation. Our sources all agree this is where it absolutely has to begin. Self-awareness. Your internal GPS.
The starting point.
Exactly. Improvement starts with knowing yourself. Think about using a GPS in your car, right? You can type in your dream destination, that amazing future you. But the system, it just can't give you directions if it doesn't know where you are right now.
It needs that current location.
Precisely. You've got to take an honest look.
Yeah.
Really reflect on your habits, the good ones, the bad ones, the ones you don't even notice maybe. What are your core values? What actually guides you? And even looking at your flaws, your blind spots. Not judging, just understanding.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, self-awareness, it's non-negotiable. It's the bedrock. Because without understanding who you are right now, any effort you make to change, to grow, is like building a house on sand.
Right. It won't last.
No. You might feel like you're making progress for a bit, bursts of motivation.
Yeah.
But it's superficial. It won't stick because you haven't dealt with the underlying stuff.
Makes sense.
And the sources specifically mention a really powerful but actually quite simple tool for this: journaling.
Journaling.
People sometimes dismiss it, think it's just like keeping a diary, but it's incredibly potent. Just writing down your thoughts, maybe for just 10 minutes a day, it can bring surprising clarity.
How does that work exactly?
Well, the mechanism is quite interesting. It lets you take all those thoughts and feelings swirling around inside and get them out, put them into words.
You externalize them.
Exactly. And that helps you see patterns in how you behave, how you react, how you think, things you might totally miss otherwise. It's a space to process emotions constructively too. And ultimately, it helps you understand why you do things, your motivations.
The why behind it all.
Yes. And when you get that, when you really grasp who you are in this moment, flaws and all, strengths included, then you know what actually needs to change. You know what you want to build on, and you know where you want to go.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding problems. It's also about seeing your strengths, acknowledging successes, getting clear on what you aspire to.
Bringing the unconscious.
Precisely. So you can work with it, not be driven by it. So the question for you, listening, is, how well do you really know your current location? What might you discover if you just took 10 minutes to write today?
That's a really good challenge because, without that starting point, you're just adrift.
Right.
Being pushed around by things you don't even understand. Okay, so once you have that awareness, once you've found yourself on the map, so to speak, the next step is to fuel up, to get the knowledge you need for the journey ahead. That brings us to number 2. Reading and learning daily.
Fueling the mind's engine. I like that.
Yeah, and here's something really interesting. Look at almost any super successful person in any field. They all seem to have this one thing in common. They never, ever stop learning.
It's a constant habit.
It really is. And it's not just about, like, formal school or anything. It's this ongoing, deliberate search for knowledge, for understanding. It's woven into their daily lives, even just reading a few pages every single day. Or, engaging with learning in other ways. It can open your mind up to completely new ideas, new perspectives, things you hadn't even thought about.
And it's accessible, right? Anyone can do it.
Totally. A small commitment, big payoff.
And what's really cool here is how the sources define learning. It's wonderfully broad. It's not just burying your nose in textbooks, though books are obviously great.
Right.
The source materials specifically point out things like listening to podcasts. Hello. Watching insightful documentaries, having meaningful conversations, even just following people online who inspire you or make you think differently. The world is just packed with lessons. You just have to be open to picking them up.
Lessons are everywhere.
They really are.
Yeah.
And from a neuroscience perspective, reading, for instance, it doesn't just feed you information. It actually rewires your brain. It can enhance empathy, cognitive flexibility.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Studies show long-term readers have increased connectivity in brain areas linked to language and comprehension. It's almost like learning a physical skill, but for your mind. There's even research linking reading fiction specifically to better social skills, understanding others' perspectives, what they call theory of mind.
That's fascinating. So it physically changes your brain.
It does. So continuous learning isn't just about knowing more stuff. It's critical because it keeps your mind sharp, it feeds your curiosity, and it helps you adapt. The world changes constantly, right?
Constantly.
Learning helps you keep up, helps you navigate, and the more you learn, the more connections you start making between different ideas. You start seeing opportunities you wouldn't have noticed before. It stops being just passive consumption.
And becomes active opportunity creation.
Exactly. It fuels innovation. So are you actively seeking out new lessons each day, or just letting that potential slip by?
That distinction is so key. Active versus passive. Because, information is great, but it's not transformation on its own, is it? It's what you do with it.
Precisely. Action is required.
Which leads us perfectly into our third strategy, building a healthy routine. Basically, architecting your reality.
Ooh, I like that. Architecting reality.
Yeah, the sources make this really bold claim. Your routine creates your reality. Think about the difference. If your morning starts with chaos, hitting snooze 5 times, rushing, feeling stressed before you've even had coffee.
In there.
We all have. That chaos often sets the tone for the whole day, right? You feel reactive, behind, less productive. But if you intentionally build strong habits into your routine, like waking up early with a purpose, moving your body, maybe meditating for a few minutes, planning your day.
You create stability.
Exactly. Stability, predictability, a sense of control. You're starting the day proactively, not reactively.
And this isn't just about, feeling good for an hour in the morning. It's the cumulative effect. Those small habits, they might not seem like much day to day. A 10-minute walk, planning your top 3 tasks.
Seems insignificant sometimes.
Right. But over time, they build this incredibly strong foundation, a foundation for success that supports everything else you're trying to do.
So why does it work so well? What's the mechanism?
Well, a big part of it is reducing what psychologists call decision fatigue.
Decision fatigue.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Every single choice you make, no matter how tiny, what shirt to wear, what to eat, which email to open first, it uses up a little bit of your mental energy. And that energy is finite.
Right, you only have so much bandwidth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you automate positive behaviors with a routine, your workout clothes are ready. You know what you're having for breakfast. You save that precious mental energy for the big stuff later, for problem solving, creativity, deep work.
Like Steve Jobs in the turtleneck.
Precisely. Minimize the trivial decisions to maximize capacity for important ones. Routines give you that sense of control, predictability. That's huge for mental well-being, reducing anxiety. It's not about huge occasional efforts. It's about the small, right things done consistently.
Day after day?
Day after day. That frees up your mind for higher-level thinking, tackling bigger challenges. It directly feeds into growth and mastery. So think about it. What's one small positive tweak you could make to your morning routine? What could that unlock for the rest of your day?
That's the power of small, consistent actions, freeing up mental space. And speaking of things that have a huge impact, often without us realizing it, our fourth way is about the people around us. Surrounding yourself with growth-minded people. It's about contagious energy.
Ah, this one's powerful.
It really is. The sources put forward this idea, and it can be a bit confronting. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with, and you'll see your future.
Oof. Yeah, that makes you think.
Right. It's like holding up a mirror. If your main circle is always negative, complaining, stuck, chances are you're feeling that pull too. You're absorbing that energy, that perspective.
It seeps in.
It does. But the flip side, this is where it gets exciting. If you consciously surround yourself with people who are pushing themselves, chasing goals, who believe in growth, who support each other, you start to level up almost automatically.
Like positive gravity.
Exactly. They pull you up with them. It's almost effortless sometimes.
And there's real social psychology behind this. Our environment, especially our social one, it profoundly shapes us. Our beliefs, what we aspire to, even just our basic energy levels. Our sense of what's possible.
So it's not just vibes, it's deeper.
Oh yeah. Several things are going on. There's positive peer pressure. Seeing others succeed motivates you. There's shared motivation, accountability, you're in it together. There's the exchange of ideas, different viewpoints, practical tips.
Learning from each other.
Absolutely. Plus, just the stimulation of being around ambitious people. And biologically, mirror neurons mean we subconsciously pick up on the emotions and even actions of those around us. So the source is blunt. Energy is contagious. Make sure you're catching the right kind.
Catching the right kind. That implies choice.
It's an active choice. Curating your circle, not just passively accepting who's there. For growth, this is crucial. Seeking out people who inspire you, challenge you, lift you. It might mean some tough choices about current relationships sometimes.
That can be hard.
Yeah, it can be very hard, but the potential payoff for your growth is huge. So another question for you to reflect on. Are the people closest to you pulling you upwards? Or are they maybe subtly holding you back?
That's a big one. Really makes you evaluate things.
Okay, so we've looked at self-awareness, learning, routine, people. What about managing that one resource we can never get back? Our 5th way, learning to manage your time, the irreplaceable resource.
Time, the ultimate constraint.
It really is. You can't buy more, you can't earn more. Once it's gone, it's gone. Poof. You can make more money, maybe regain health, but never get back a lost moment. So how you choose to spend it, that determines pretty much everything.
Your life's trajectory.
Exactly. And the source suggests a really important shift in how we think about it. Instead of saying, I don't have time, which often feels like an excuse, like we're victims of our schedule.
Right. Instead, ask yourself, what am I choosing to spend my time on? That puts you back in the driver's seat. It's about choice, priorities, responsibility.
That's a powerful reframe.
Yeah.
And it's the first step. The sources mention practical tools. Sure, planners, calendars, apps. They can help structure things.
The tools are helpful.
They are. But maybe even more important than any tool is learning to say no.
The power of no.
It's huge. Saying no to things that don't align with your goals, your values, things that just drain your energy.
Yeah.
It's a critical self-management skill. It sets boundaries. It protects your most valuable asset, your time.
So time management isn't just about being busy or efficient.
No, not at all. It's much deeper. It's about aligning your actions with what truly matters to you, your values, your growth goals. When you manage time well, you're consciously directing your life, making space for what helps you grow.
You're investing it, not just spending it.
Beautifully put. Investing it. And the payoff is clear. A well-managed day is the secret behind a successful life. It connects directly to self-mastery. And remember, opportunity cost. Every time you say yes to one thing,
You're saying no to something else.
Exactly. Yes to scrolling social media might be no to reading that book or working on that project or quality time with family. So when you really look at your choices, are your daily actions reflecting your commitment to growth? Or are they pulling you off course?
That opportunity cost idea, it really forces you to weigh your choices carefully. And often, the things we probably should say yes to, the things that will really help us grow, they're the ones that feel uncomfortable, aren't they?
Almost always.
Which leads right into number 6, stepping out of your comfort zone. This is where the real growth happens, apparently.
The edge of comfort.
Yeah, and the sources are pretty blunt about it. Nothing grows in comfort. Think about it. The things you're often most afraid of, public speaking, starting that big, scary project, learning a totally new skill.
The things that make your stomach churn a bit.
Exactly. Those are very often the exact things that will change your life the most. It's not random. There's a direct link between that discomfort and real transformation. A comfort zone feels safe, but yeah, nothing grows there.
And there's a biological reason for this. When you push yourself into that discomfort zone, you're not just, white-knuckling it. You are literally forging new neural pathways in your brain.
Like building new roads in your mind.
Exactly like that. Think of your brain like a forest. Your comfort zones are the well-worn paths, easy to walk. When you try something new, something hard, you're hacking a new trail through the undergrowth.
Takes effort.
It takes effort. But the more you use that new trail, the clearer it gets, easier to travel. Eventually, it becomes a new normal. That's neuroplasticity. That's how you build resilience, learn skills, and crucially, prove to yourself you're capable of more than you thought.
Like learning to ride a bike. Awkward at first.
Totally awkward.
Yeah.
Or speaking a new language or anything challenging. It feels weird, clumsy, maybe scary. But with practice, pushing into that discomfort again and again, it becomes normal. Growth always feels uncomfortable initially. That feeling isn't a stop sign, it's a signal.
A signal that you're evolving.
Yes, you're stretching, expanding. Doing this repeatedly builds confidence. It creates this positive loop. Challenge, overcome, gain confidence, tackle bigger challenge. It builds mental toughness.
So what's that uncomfortable step for you right now? What might unlock your next breakthrough?
Yeah, that's such a good question to sit with. Reframing discomfort as a guide. Okay, so embracing discomfort is key, but our seventh way offers something to balance that, to cultivate a more positive inner state. Practicing gratitude, shifting your lens.
Gratitude. Simple but profound.
It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But the sources insist it's life-changing, and here's the core idea. If you only focus on what you don't have, what's missing, the gap between here and there, you'll probably always feel kind of empty, dissatisfied.
The scarcity mindset. Exactly. But if you consciously, deliberately make an effort every day to notice and appreciate what you do have, the small joys, the people, the opportunities, you start to feel rich, abundant. Even if nothing outside has changed, it's an internal shift.
It changes your perception of reality.
Totally.
And the source gives a really practical way to start. Try writing down 3 things you're grateful for every night before bed.
3 good things.
Yep, it's not just a nice little exercise. It's like a psychological workout. It forces your brain to scan for positives instead of defaulting to the negatives or worries. It helps you end the day on a good note, interrupting that negative chatter.
Rewiring for positivity.
Essentially, yes. Positive psychology research shows gratitude can actually boost feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. It literally helps reshape your brain for more optimism, more well-being over time. It's physiological too.
Wow.
But it's important to be clear, gratitude isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything's perfect. That's toxic positivity.
Right, it's not denial.
No, it's about acknowledging the good that exists alongside the challenges. It gives you a more balanced perspective, more resilience. This regular practice improves mental health, strengthens relationships, increases life satisfaction. It builds a stronger foundation for facing difficulties. So, how could just noticing what you have change your feeling of richness, even now, maybe give you more energy?
That balance is key, not denial, but appreciation.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that more balanced mindset, we can tackle another crucial area. Number 8, improving your communication skills. The underrated superpower.
Oh, definitely underrated.
Our sources call it a superpower, and I totally see why. Think about it. Work, relationships, just daily interactions, how you express yourself, and maybe even more importantly, how well you listen. It matters hugely.
It's a currency of connection.
Yeah, it's about building bridges, understanding each other, making real connections, not just dumping information.
Absolutely. And the sources break it down. It's not just about talking well. It's about active listening. Speaking clearly, yes, but also connecting emotionally.
Mastering these can open doors you didn't even realize were there. Professionally, personally, everywhere.
And these are skills, right? Not just innate talent.
Definitely skills. Learnable, practicable skills. The sources suggest how. Have deeper conversations, ask better questions, open-ended ones, and consciously try to listen more than you speak.
Listen more than you speak.
Yeah.
That's a tough one sometimes.
It is. Active listening means really focusing on understanding the other person, not just waiting for your pause to jump in. It's paraphrasing, asking clarifying questions, reflecting back feelings.
Why is that so important? Because active listening builds real understanding and empathy. Clear speaking avoids misunderstandings, builds trust. Emotional connection creates rapport. Without these, even brilliant ideas can fail. The impact is huge. The better you communicate, the stronger your opportunities and relationships will become. It hits every area of life, every aspect of self-mastery. Think about your next conversation. What if you just focused a little more on truly listening? How might that change things?
That focus on listening, it's huge and often missed. Okay, so to fuel all this, the learning, the growth, the communication, we need a solid base. Which brings us to number 9. Investing in your health, the vehicle for your dreams.
Foundational. Absolutely foundational.
Your body, your mind, that's literally the vehicle carrying you towards everything you want to achieve. It's that basic. Without good health, physical and mental, it's just impossible to consistently perform at your best, to reach your potential. Doesn't matter how self-aware or communicative you are.
Your capacity is limited by your well-being.
Exactly. So improving yourself, really, it starts with taking care of this vehicle, body and mind. It's not optional. It's the most fundamental investment for self-mastery.
And the sources emphasize a holistic approach. It's not just one thing. It's exercise, finding something you enjoy so it sticks. It's eating well, more natural foods. Drinking enough water, basic but crucial.
The physical stuff.
Yes, but just as important and often neglected is mental health. The source says clearly, don't ignore your mental health.
That's critical.
So critical. Stress management, mindfulness practices like meditation, or even just focused breathing, getting enough good quality rest. These are just as vital as hitting the gym, maybe more so sometimes, given how stress impacts everything.
Physical health and mental health are deeply linked.
Inextricably. So health isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Energy, clarity, resilience. The capacity to actually do all these other things we're talking about. Your physical and mental state directly impacts your ability to focus, learn, manage emotions, sustain effort. When you feel good, everything else is easier. So are you truly nourishing your vehicle, physically and mentally, or running on empty?
That's a sobering check-in. It all flows from health. Okay, finally. We've covered 9 powerful ways. We arrive at number 10, maybe the toughest one, the one that ties it all together. Staying consistent and patient. The long game of transformation.
Ah, the glue. Consistency and patience.
The source really nails it here. The hardest part of self-improvement isn't starting, it's staying consistent. Isn't that the truth?
Story of my life.
Right, we get excited, we jump in, full of enthusiasm, but then we don't see results fast enough. We live in this instant gratification world, and we expect growth to be like that too, but real deep change, it just doesn't work that way.
It's a marathon, absolutely not a sprint.
Exactly, and people give up.
They do. And this is where the source uses such a perfect analogy. Think about planting a seed.
Okay.
You don't get a giant oak tree overnight, do you? You plant the seed.
Yeah.
You water it consistently. You nurture it, protect it, and you trust the process. You trust nature's slow, steady work.
Growth takes time. You have to trust the process.
Precisely. The biggest changes come from small, consistent efforts over a long time. Those small actions, the ones that feel maybe boring or insignificant day to day, they compound. Like interest in a bank account.
A compounding effect.
Yes, each positive action builds on the last. It creates momentum. Eventually those habits become ingrained, effortless, part of who you are. That's mastery. It's not about occasional heroic efforts. It's about the daily discipline. Showing up even when you don't feel like it.
The daily grind pays off.
It does. The source gives the formula. Small actions, repeated daily, create big transformations over time. Patience plus consistency is the true formula for lasting success. This last point, it underpins everything else. It's the commitment needed for all the other 9 ways to actually work long-term. It ensures your efforts build up, not just fizzle out. So as you think about these paths, how will you cultivate that patience, that consistency? How will you keep watering the seed so it becomes the tree?
Wow. Okay, so there we have it. 10 really powerful ways to improve yourself. Not just ideas, but like actual practical steps you can start taking. This deep dive really shows, doesn't it, that self-improvement isn't about being perfect. It's just about choosing to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday.
Progress, not perfection.
Exactly. Progress, not perfection. It's a personal journey for sure, but these 10 ways are like a map anyone can use. So, start small, stay consistent, and just never stop growing.
And if we just zoom out for a second, connecting this all together, each of these 10 ways, they aren't really tasks you just check off a list, right? Like, okay, you did self-awareness today, done.
No, definitely not.
No. They're ongoing practices, disciplines you cultivate throughout your life, and they weave together, they support each other. Self-awareness helps your communication. Managing time helps you stay consistent with health. It all interlocks. It creates this really robust framework for living more intentionally, more fulfilled, a truly self-mastered life. It's a system, not just a list.
A dynamic system.
Exactly. So here's a final thought that maybe ponder. If your future self, the you who has really lived these principles, could talk to you right now, What's the one small, consistent action from this deep dive that would beg you to embrace today, knowing the incredible impact it will eventually have on their life, on your future life? Just pick that one thing and begin.